last we left off, you all had found yourselves trapped inside of a Tabaxi ruin, with seemingly forward being the only way out. You pressed on through the darkness, not knowing what may be awaiting you just around the corner. Slowly, one by one, the denizens of the ruin made themselves known to you, and you made it very clear that this place could be, as Quinrin put it, your tomb. The ruin also revealed to you all exactly why relic hunters from Kalnora are so bent on going into these dangerous ruins in the first place. Valuable, possibly quite powerful magical relics, artifacts, and even magic items of clothing, all left behind and seemingly forgotten. But, even with your newfound treasures, you still had no way out of the ruin, so further in you continued to trek. That is, until you found your way into the last room, a large, open antechamber with a grand arch tree growing in the center of it. Nice.
Jesus Christ.
And sounds something like that.
Something like that. Some sort of eldritch nightmare.
Heavy metal plays slowly in the background.
Enjoy seeing that one on the mic anyway.
That's what it sounds like when it just plays her beast gases.
Now, at the end of the road, and still with no visible way out, things seemed like they couldn't get any worse. Until they did. Another Orthon, a fiendish hunter of prime material beings, revealed itself, and that it had tracked you here, and even thanked you for leading it to where you all were. After a long and bloody battle, you managed to defeat the Orthon yet again, and then managed to discover a way out. As Zilgrim approached the arch tree, the medallion he had gotten from Garuk began to glow, and Melora began to speak to him. Just then a portal opened in the arch tree, and you all stepped through, to be safely deposited back in the Temple of Melora in the city of Cantrove. And we'll open right back there with you all stepping through. As you all step through the portal, there are wide-eyed Tabaxi faces all staring at you, like almost as if they're looking at ghosts. You see suddenly a couple of them turn and leave the room very quickly, and everyone is looking in your direction, kind of mouth agape. Not sure what to say.
Agape.
Everybody just act normal. What happened was very normal for us.
So at any rate,
So how did
we found those relic hunters.
how did this work?
Melora was like, thank you.
Is this something you and Melora do often?
No, just recently. Today.
The Tabaxi that greeted you the first time you entered this temple approaches again to all of you and says, I take it your journey went well.
Coming back.
No, not at all.
Coming back went better than expected.
No, it didn't.
Oh. Did we break the tree?
Right about that time.
Is this air?
I would hate to have broken
Yes.
the tree.
Right about that time, Cave walks in.
Okay.
With 6 armed Tabaxi warriors with him. And he stops and looks at you all as he recognizes you when he comes in. And he says, you all stepped through the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
From the ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it worked.
We stopped the guys. Sort of. They're gone, at least.
He
They're
says,
gone.
he looks at
No, they're super gone.
you, Finnegan, and he says, you found some things, as he notices your robe covered in eyes that you are currently still wearing,
Just like,
and the goggles that Garuk happens to still be wearing.
yeah.
I am wearing the bracers.
Huh?
I'm just wearing them.
Yeah. It's just keeping it all safe.
And he says, he looks at you all and he says, I need you all to come with me, please, very quickly.
Sure. Hey, I've been meaning to ask, what do you do around here anyway?
he sort of brushes you off, and he points to the guards, and he says, "Stand guard. Make sure no one comes in or out." And he turns and he starts to leave, expecting you all to follow.
Oh, well,
We go, huh?
Hot on his tricks.
perhaps we'll find context clues.
As he exits the building, another group of guards who are waiting outside of the temple begin to follow behind you.
That seems pretty par for the course with us here lately.
It's 2 lines of
feels
4, but all of them heavily armed. It seems that everyone make a perception check.
Easily my
4.
best check. Oh, that's not even the right dice. How bad I am.
15.
18.
9.
9.
16.
So you all begin to notice that the town seems to be, the whole city seems to be moving and in an uproar. People seem to be moving inside. Those that aren't moving inside seem to be moving in order, in rank and file and step.
Something must have happened while we were gone.
As people are rushing past you, you are being marched towards a very large... it's the only building here so far. All of the buildings that you've noticed have been pretty brutalistic in their design. Very square, very harsh angles, very almost purpose-built, until you come to another building that seems to sit a bit off away. You seem to have walked north for a little bit until you have gone out of the city a bit, into the jungle, and then almost back out of the jungle immediately again into a huge clearing where there is an enormously gorgeous castle. Large spires topped with almost onion-like tops on each of them. Grand, beautiful colors. Large flowers adorn the entire building, top to bottom. The gardens in front of this building are unmatched to anything you even saw, even in Galen, with the hanging gardens above the buildings in Galen, pale in comparison to some of the stunning wildlife that is growing here. As you all are led up the this long path to the front of this building, you pass under a large, almost like a hedge maze archway as you approach the front of this building. You enter into the building behind Cave, and the 8 guards walk you on through. And as you enter this building, pretty readily, immediately within the first chamber of this large, almost castle-like building, is a very large hall with almost bleacher-style seating on either side. It goes up and it wraps around the back to a curve, and it stops before the middle, and about 10 feet on either side and pushed back about 2 or 3 feet sits a grand throne with no one in it.
Is this like an audience chamber for the king?
The
Do they have a king?
the stands are filled. There are many tabaxi that fill it. Some of them are dressed in robes of black. Others are dressed in relatively plain clothing. And Cave points you all to a row down front at the front right corner of these bleachers, and he gestures for you to sit.
Okay.
Sit my happy little ass down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
No reason to fight.
Yeah.
Yet.
I think I would be eaten.
You all sit. You are sitting amongst the crowd. You are sitting in the bleachers with the rest of whatever is going on here.
Right.
You're not sitting in the middle of anything or anything like that. You don't seem to exactly be like,
Yeah.
like you're put on blast or anything here. You're not on trial.
Well, that's good. We're not on trial.
Um,
That feels better.
At least not yet.
Oh.
No, we're right up front. It's easy to call us in front of the,
So you are set in the crowd, and then at that point, Cave turns around and dismisses the guards. They break to either side, and they are standing on either side of the door that you all came through. Cave then nods to you all, and then he disappears through a door close to where you all are seated. If you're seated here at the bleachers, the door is just around here. This is where you came in. He disappears behind a door for a little bit, and the crowd is murmuring, chatting amongst themselves.
Can I hear anybody saying anything distinct? Maybe I can kind of pick up what's going on.
Give me a perception check.
14.
14. You're definitely hearing whispers of, talks of battle, mobilization of troops.
Oh.
Is there anyone nearby I can ask about what's going on?
Sure. Yeah. This is a pretty crowded place. I mean, you
Yeah.
can easily, turn around and hey,
Hey, what's going on here exactly?
They just sort of look at you and
Sorry, new in town.
they say, yeah, you must be. We don't really know much either. We think war has been declared, but we don't know.
declared.
I think that's what we're discussing while we're here.
Okay, thank you.
There's been a lot of war happening here lately.
Guys, it seems like maybe some sort of military action happening. And we're being rushed here. I'd love to know why, and I think we're about to find out.
Fair. Let's do it.
What did we do? What did we do this time?
About that time,
We do generally screw up pretty good.
a door opens. As you're looking at the throne, behind it, to the left of the throne, a door opens up. And out of it steps Cave. No longer dressed in the all-black leathers that you see him wearing on the docks, but adorned in robes and a crown.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I had a
Great.
few. We might be on trial.
And here I thought we were friends.
Yeah, you might
Maybe
be
we're
on
gonna
trial
get a
wearing
medal?
their relics as I fucking tuck the pearl in my pocket. And it's like,
None of us have clean hands. I'll sell us all out.
You bastard!
You're just yelling in the bleachers.
I can see it in your eyes. You're all thinking about folding on me.
Rat them before they rat you.
The captain's panicking.
Can't outride a rat.
Cave approaches the throne, and there becomes a hush over the crowd. And he looks out over the audience. He looks at you all, and he says, "There is much to discuss, and there is little time to do so." We have potentially good and potentially bad news. Good news. The relic hunters, apparently, have been stopped. The bad news is, those we sent to stop the relic hunters may have inadvertently uncovered something that could put us all at great risk.
Oh, shit. Are they talking about us? Yeah, I think so.
Crowd is all kind of murmuring to themselves, and you are all
What did we even
being
do?
looked at. He says,
The
with
gates of Jeffala open.
the...
No, we didn't.
He says,
We
with
opened the Tree of Melora. That's completely different.
recent reportings of our scouts near the edge of the Cantrovian jungle say that forces have been stirring near Javala and have believed to have begun to move this way. We received this information moments before the arrival of our new friends here, as he gestures to you all sitting down front,
See, I knew we were friends.
through one of the Archtree portals. Friends, if you wouldn't mind, we have some questions for you.
It was all them.
They made you do it. I didn't do nothing. I'm done with this. I'm out of
I'm not
here.
actually saying that. It was just so funny.
Then again, hold your shit together.
I'm sweating right now.
Please step forward. You can see very clearly that there
Told you
is
we're up
a
for a reason.
circle
Maybe it's a promotion.
in the middle of the floor
Mm-hmm.
where you are obviously meant to stand. It is
An award.
seems to be decorative.
Oh.
At a glance, it's just decorative tile on the floor, but it is a very obvious place where it is meant for those who are in your position
Being
to
questioned.
stand
On trial.
here.
Stand in the circle so the anvil can fall on you.
He says,
Open up or something.
Yeah.
Open the trap door.
Gators under there.
do you all
Yeah.
move to
Sure,
the-
absolutely. I've just been
Okay.
commanded by the king. Yeah, I
Right.
think
Yeah,
so.
he also has 8 guards, like real local to us,
Yeah.
and I've got 25 hit points.
These cats
And
will
that's
toss me around like
spell
a mountain.
slot.
Gurk has like
That's only that's almost 3 times what I have.
I'm squishier than you by at least 3 times.
He, as you all step forward and you enter the circle, he says, some of these questions are going to seem arbitrary. But we don't know you, and establishing a baseline would be good.
Sure, absolutely.
Did you enter the Tabaxi ruin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're sort of forced
Okay.
into it.
Did you encounter Tabaxi relics in the ruin?
I believe.
We
so.
believe
We
so?
think so?
Did you somehow manage to activate and step through one of our Archtree portals?
yes.
Pretty sure that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, we did that. I don't know how.
Okay.
I might not be the person to ask.
Do you want the necklace?
I'm sorry, necklace?
The necklace that opened the portal.
That was the relic that we found. That
Forgive me, my good man, but you are wearing some of the relics that you found.
I mean, that was stuff we just found in dusty old boxes. This was on, like, a
Yes,
really
those are
important looking.
relics. I would also like to see
I'm gonna hold out just the amulet and just hold it out to him.
the.
Are we close enough
Yeah,
for that?
but, like-
He's actually sitting quite a ways away.
Oh,
a
okay.
guard,
Well, I'm just gonna hold it up like this.
There's
then.
gonna be a bailiff somewhere.
Yeah, a guard
Okay.
does approach, and he
I'll give it to
extends a
him.
hand, and
Yeah.
he takes it to Cave, and he inspects it. He looks over it for a bit, and he says, after a bit, he says, "Do recognize this? This did not open the portal.
Oh.
You opened the portal.
Oh. I did?
You did.
Oh,
Good job, Zilgrim.
thanks.
Yeah.
You're
Holds
so
it up.
holy.
And he looks at it. He kind of clutches it for a second. Give me an insight check.
Oh, well, that was a nat one. I have 0 insight.
Yeah, you're having trouble noticing any sort of emotion on his face.
There's a
from
lot of
this
people
distance.
around me, and I'm kind of nervous. There's so many eyes.
You're small, it's so very big in here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
He says, "You found many things that are quite obvious. What else did you find?"
Displacer beast.
3 of them. As well as...
Bullywugs.
Yeah.
Bullywugs.
Yeah.
That's
there-
how we
there
got
were,
into the rune.
Brog.
They captured us.
We met Brog.
there was a village of what we assumed to be about 100 of them at the ruin.
Oh no.
They had a froghemoth that they called
Brog.
Brog,
Yeah.
Brog.
and
Brog.
they
He was
tried
in
to
the ruin.
they tried to feed us to Brog, and so
He's just kind of making a face like
We had to
like
go...
he knows exactly what a froghemoth is. Like he's seen these things before, and he's
Yeah.
after dispatching Brog,
It swallowed Garuk.
Yeah, it was gross.
we
Yes.
were forced down into the ruins
interesting.
because we couldn't push our way past at least 300 bullywugs. There was an entire village that's set up around the
Easily
ruin.
10,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
My last count was like 50K. Getting bigger and bigger.
You've never seen so many
Never seen so
bullywugs.
So many bullywugs, you could shake a stick at it.
You can't not.
Yeah.
If you're shaking a stick inside a bullywug,
Yeah, okay. He says,
they're everywhere.
Well, he says that's handy information.
Do you mean like what other relics did we find down there?
Relics are a good start.
Well, I found these.
We are well aware of the denizens of the jungle as well. Those aberrations that live in the jungle, and some that have been mutated from the unfortunate reaches of the Blight Marshes. You unfortunately will run into things, slimes, spiders that don't act natural, and displacer beasts.
And we did all that.
Is there anything else? Anything you ran into at all out of the ordinary?
Yeah.
Oh,
Orthon.
the
Yeah,
Orthon.
Orthon.
I guess
That's
actually
like
that's
our
our second
problem,
one, so
though.
it's pretty normal for us.
I don't really know if the Orthon.
It's not
Yeah.
normal. If it happens a third time,
So,
we'll call
like-
it normal.
No, that's a habit.
So
now.
like we made some people mad. They sent some Orthons after us. It's not great.
Do you know what an Orthon is?
Oh yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
we
we've
took
seen
care of
2
them.
now, and we've had to kill
People
both of them.
Send Orthons.
Well, they weren't
It's not
exactly
like a
people. It's more
people.
like a cult.
No, you don't understand.
Well, I understood him. He was like making fun of us.
You speak Fiendish.
Yep.
What did you say to him?
I don't know. Hello, I'm finna get nice to meet you. Infernal.
He
Eyes
says,
turned into TV static.
people don't command Orthons. Devils command Orthons.
Yeah. We may have made a devil mad.
Yeah, at one point in time.
I don't think I remember encountering a devil.
Well, I don't think we encountered the devil. I think the devil was leaving as we were entering the encounter.
An Orthon is a devil.
Well, yeah, but that's not the devil.
Yeah, but the two of those we met, we killed.
Two like dead.
You are being hunted by Orthon.
Yep.
You are here in our city.
Yeah.
You have just traveled through a portal that leads from the edge of the Cantrovian jungle to our city.
We did.
And from the moment that you left through that portal to come back here, forces moved from Jevela.
When you put
Wait,
it that way, it
are
seems
we
like
in
we've done a
trouble?
we've done something bad.
Do I need a lawyer?
You also arrived covered in the same tabaxi artifacts that we sent you to stop someone from taking.
Oh. Well, I mean, you could have them back.
We aren't left with much of a choice now. War is upon us. The forces of Javelin know that if they now move to your location, they have a direct line into the city, and they can take Cantrove. Finally.
So we leave.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to leave.
Our boat was coming back anyway, ship.
You all don't get to just leave.
And what do you want us to do? We'll help any way we can, but it sounds like we need to go somewhere else.
War is here. The only place to go is to war. Crowd begins to murmur and talk amongst themselves.
We gonna help these all? So, you're gonna help them fight a war?
I mean, it sounds like we've been enlisted already.
I'm not a soldier.
I have a feeling they'll toss me around like a cat toy if I don't agree.
I picked up these bracers because I thought that they'd look good in for my fight gear. Like,
Do any of y'all say anything, or
Um,
the crowd is murmuring?
I'm not a soldier. I never intended to become one.
Yeah, but we killed 2 Orthons.
We did.
Right. We could be useful.
I don't think we can't be useful, but now we have to join the military.
We also can't get the flanks of dwarves that we were promised. If we don't retrieve the flanks of dwarves, that would be pretty positive.
Oh yeah, we do
I mean, we
have. Do we need to travel back to the Dwarven City?
I'm not real sure.
I'm
how that
fuzzy on the
works.
details. It's been a while since I've read my notebook.
I was told if we did a thing, we would get a couple battalions or whatever.
You all were trying to convince. What are you trying to remember with the dwarves?
Yeah,
you all were you all were trying to convince the Dwarven King to send an envoy to.
That's right.
To Cantrip,
That's
right?
right.
No. To the meeting point with the Vulcan Authority,
Right.
so that they could discuss going to war.
Right. So we
Then
need,
you came here to try and convince the Tabaxi to send an envoy
Yeah,
to
so-
discuss going to war.
But
now
war is
it's
already
time
here.
for war.
War is here. There is no discussing.
There is no envoy.
There is currently. Yeah, currently. So currently, this is just the way it has fallen here. If you, there are probably some things you could say that would change this a bit, but I mean, you all got to think of something, because currently the way he sees it is that the forces of Jevela are moving upon his kingdom. You all are here. It's kind of your fault, so you're here to help.
right, absolutely, and we are, but we can't do that without the assistance of the Vulcan Authority.
Yeah, we could help more.
Like we can help more if we're given the ability to prepare ourselves, and others.
Bring the dwarves and the Vulcan Authority into this to help.
calls over, as you say that about the Vulcan Authority, he calls over, and one of the black-robed tabaxis from the stands near him. And he begins to discuss something with him. They talk for a little bit. And he kind of gives the tabaxi in the robe a look. As the tabaxi in the black robe kind of looks a little like, I know you're like in charge, but like,
That's dumb.
are you sure? And Cave looks at him and he nods. And the tabaxi bows and he sits back down. And Cave says, the way I see it is you all have two options. We will be sending soldiers through the tree to the ruin to defend it from the forces of Jevela that are moving now. You all are not soldiers. You are not trained in the way of being soldiers, but you do possess skill. And you do possess knowledge.
And we solve problems.
We still do require help from the dwarves, from the Vulcan Authority, and even from the local government, if at all possible. We would still require an envoy to go to the last respite and Precipice Fort to speak with the dwarves and the Vulcan Authority to tell them of what's happening here. Or there's something else you could do for us. A group roughly your size would probably work. How would you feel about a reconnaissance mission to Jevela itself? You would be required to travel back through the portal. You would then be required to, from the portal, make your way through the Blight Marshes, across the Dead Plains, to the southernmost tip of the Great Gate. The Great Gate is mostly crumbled at this point. Crossing the gate will be no problem. It has fallen away from the mountainside at the southernmost point. Once you pass the Great Gate, you will then arrive at the southernmost tip of the plateau of Jevela. There you'll find a staircase carved into the side of the stone. It leads to the top of the plateau. You will cross the plateau to the east, to the mountain range. And from there you will seek out a dock, very similar to the one you found here. That dock, we believe, is a backdoor entrance to the kingdom of Jevela, not heavily guarded, being that it's not supposed to be known about, much like the one you showed up at. But this one less so, being that it is on the backside of the Kingdom of Madness. If you find that way in, and can make it back here, we may have a chance of shutting it down from the inside. The choice is yours. But either way, you do have to help, and you cannot stay here.
Well, What was that first option? Go see the.
Last respite.
Yeah, we can go to the last respite.
Respite 4.
Speak to the Vulcan Authority and the dwarves.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Or we can go recon the edge of madness and possible instantaneous and very painful death. Both of them sound like very viable options to me. Well, Captain?
Well,
If you need, take the day.
We should probably take the day.
I
Most
don't
of us are fairly well
Worry
concussed.
much about you being able to leave. So get some rest. Think it over.
Alright.
Come back here tomorrow. No later than midday. That'll be all. He stands up,
Right.
turns around, and he goes back in the door that he came out of. And the rest of the crowd in the bleachers begins to stand up and make their way out of the large auditorium hall. And a few moments later, Cave comes back out of the door he originally entered when he left you all in the first place, dressed again in his all black leathers. He gives you all a nod. And he leaves.
Well, alright then.
Well, if he doesn't worry about us being able to leave, does that mean our ship is back? Should we go look for our ship? Your ship? My current home?
I think Quinn would get the idea that he means that you have no way out of here.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, you get the idea. It's just like, well, you can try and walk out of the jungle.
But that's not. Yeah, we did real good walking through the jungle last time. We were abducted. We got fed to a froghemoth.
Right. That's why he's
One
really
of
not
us was-
concerned with you all leaving.
One of us was actually fed to a froghemoth.
Can't help but get a little excited about Frog.
Well, I guess it's time to.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we should probably find a room and food and rest and recuperation, and probably get our boy over here to stop bleeding out of the ears.
Yeah.
Because that's really starting to cause me. I'm getting a little squeamish. I've seen some kitchen knife accidents before, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too hard for you all to find a place to rest.
But do they want to let us have a room? How much do they hate us?
A room is no problem. You're able to find room and board, something to eat, 2 silver pieces for a room. Nothing crazy.
Easy.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Easy. Oh, big nuts.
Yeah. It's been a fucking day.
I was just in the heat all day.
Every day is a day.
Insightful.
Listen to the
They
fucking
always look
philosopher
wide,
over
too.
here.
Holy shit.
Every single one of them.
Getting alert with Finn.
I'm smart.
That's so smart. Smart,
So-
smart. SMRT.
You all have an inn. You have a table at the dining hall at the inn. You each have a room for the night. If there's anything you'd like to talk about or do or discuss or anything like that.
I mean, we
before the
have
end
a
of the
big
day.
thing to discuss. Like, really big.
Yeah, like
Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Did he leave us with the relics that we were wearing?
He did.
Not the
Yeah,
necklace.
I think that was intentional.
Not the necklace.
Yeah, I gave it that. I gave it to
I
him.
think that he is.
Because I thought he was going to arrest us, so I thought that if I just was like, "Here, have this," he would be nice.
How many days do I have to wear these before they attune? Or I can attempt to attune to them or whatever.
Gordon wouldn't know, but 3 days.
Okay.
Or 2 days. 2 days? 3 days. Hang on.
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, you should reference the PHP for that one, Big Dog, because I don't remember.
2 or 3 days.
Fair enough. I'm literally
I think
sitting
you actually
at
have
the
to
PHP.
dedicate time to attuning to it as well. Like,
If
you can't
there's-
just wear it to attune.
Like, if there's a section in the PHP about it, like...
Yeah, just look for attunement in the
Yeah, it's
glossary.
in there somewhere.
The glossary.
Trinkets.
Attunement.
Spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it.
No,
So, 4 hours.
that's not bad.
This focus can take the form of weapon practice, meditation, or some other appropriate activity. If the short rest is interrupted, the attunement fails. Otherwise, at the end of the short rest, the creature gains intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties of the item, including any necessary command words.
Okay.
So basically, you have to spend some time with it, trying to figure out what the hell it does, focusing on it and learning about it, and looking over it.
Awesome. Probably do that this evening. But for now,
Right, while you all are currently sitting around.
In our situation, as it were.
as it were, and it is a fucking situation.
So I feel like we've maybe had enough life-threatening situations for this week. So maybe we should take the safer option this time.
Yeah, so the issue with that is how we're going to get there.
Right?
Or we're gonna get to Gemma.
Through the
They-
tree portal,
Through the
We
tree
still
portal.
have to travel after
which
that.
I don't know how.
Right,
I
but we have direction
have
for
that
that.
power.
We don't really have the ability to just walk through the forest. We tried that once.
Jungle.
Jungle.
I mean, maybe
So maybe the boat's back.
we could find
Shit.
a cave by the dock and figure out what that would look
Well,
like.
Cave's response to our two options were that he wasn't worried about us getting out of the city. Because we can't.
Mm-hmm.
So Cave basically said, without saying with his words, that we have two choices and we can only pick one of them, and it's the one he wants us to do.
That's not what he
Kind
said
of.
at all.
Kind of.
I don't know. I feel like he
So
was
we
giving
have
us
two
two
choices.
options, and if we
If you
discuss going the other route, he would probably tell us.
you get the
help us
idea
out with
that he's not going to set you up for failure on any of these
Oh,
tasks.
no, I don't think
so
he's
if
sending us off
so
to
if you
die.
decide that you're going to leave the jungle, he's going to make sure you get out of the
Yeah,
jungle.
that's probably why he didn't take the relics, because at this point we're kind of being relied on,
Yeah.
and he would want us maybe to be at peak performance. I'm sure we could find a way.
I don't know how popular this decision is, but in interest of voting and group decisions, I vote very much for rallying the dwarves and the Vulcan Authority. Although he
If we
did
can
lay
find a
some
way.
emphasis on finding the back door into Jevela and using that as a huge tide swinger. So, morality.
But
lands where it does.
if we find the chink in their armor, but Cantrove is already wiped out,
What's it matter?
then the dwarves and the Vulcan Authority might not be enough to stop it at that point.
That's fair.
I can't say I'm thrilled with the idea of finding the back door into the Kingdom of Madness.
I don't want
They didn't really sell it.
Right.
I'm not really keen about going to the Kingdom of Madness at all. That sounds dumb.
Yeah, but if we go to the dwarves by the time we get back, it might be too late.
I kind of also thought that maybe just a little bit, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Well, the Tabaxi are at least aware and somewhat
And
prepared.
proactive about it, yes.
So,
And I don't think he would give us the option of rallying extra forces if he didn't think he could hold off the opposition until we returned.
That's probably true.
Well,
I feel like logistically it makes more sense to bolster what troops there are.
and plus
They
we've
could just
already
run in.
made an agreement with the Vulcan Authority to do this. Like
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
already sort of under
we're sort of
agreement.
under agreement already.
verbal contract, so we should probably run the envoy back.
Garuk
Yes.
and Quinn.
Sir.
Make intelligence rolls, please.
Thank God I get a fucking...
Garuk, make an intelligence roll with advantage.
Oh my.
Super intelligent.
Yes, that's a 19.
15.
15. Garuk, based on what you know about tactics, you're pretty sure that whatever you all do, he's going to send someone
To fulfill
to
the
do
other
the
role.
other thing. He's been talking a lot about how they don't have enough people. So, if he can get you all to fulfill a role, that means he can fill another role with his own people that needs filling. Whether that be an envoy like he told you he could send, or that be a group to possibly infiltrate Jevela for information.
Well, anybody
Will.
can guard an envoy. We're probably uniquely suited for infiltrative work. We're so sneaky.
Karuk is the sneakiest. I've seen that dude tiptoes through some shit.
So
So
our
we're going to Jevela, I guess.
At this point, what you're gathering is that it's up to you all.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you want to do.
Choose our own adventure.
One way or another, both of these things will be accomplished, or at least the roles for both of these things will be filled. Which one do you want to fulfill? Because he's telling you that you have to fulfill one of these roles.
well, diplomacy or fighting.
I'm much better at fighting.
To be honest, so am I. Sort of my thing.
Are any of us good at diplomacy?
I'm a bit of a wordsmith.
That's true.
This guy over
You
here.
do smith some words.
This guy over here has been getting better and better at it.
Putting on the charms.
Risen it up.
The old word butcher. Sews them up and makes a sausage out of them. Pick up a turducken at this dude's shop.
Metaphor's kind of getting confused.
Oh, I'm following right along.
Oh, okay. That's just me then.
Exactly
Never
what-
mind.
You've heard what comes out of his mouth. It's a turducken of sentences.
It really is. They're all run on and shit. There's no punctuation. I punctuate thoughts.
So what's everyone's vote?
The sensible part of me says go do the envoy mission. The my character would definitely be more into punching stuff, so I gotta
Yeah.
vote Jevela mission.
I would also vote Jevela.
I mean, you like to
I mean,
fight as part of your daily routine.
I would probably have to go so that you don't die. Because you can't keep fighting when you die.
Well, in a reconnaissance
For a
mission,
very-
ideally you don't fight at all.
That's
Yeah.
also true.
That's true.
We have a problem with that. We fight every time.
That's true. We're when the phrase reconnaissance gets put in the mix, it starts to sound like we're unsuited for it.
I mean, we are called the Bludgeoneers.
Yeah, we sure as shit aren't called the tiptoe around in ears. The sneaky freakies, no.
The sneaky freakies.
The handle it delicately
Yeah.
crew.
The light-handed brigands. That's not us.
The light-handed
for yourself.
brigands.
The gentle, tough, touch jollies. No, these things we are not. The dainty dandies? No. No, we've never handled anything daintily.
No.
Now that you mention it, that's very true. So, then, our excellent diplomacy skills then.
Yes.
Again, the Bludgeoneers.
Word sushi.
Words.
So now, it feels like our particular tool set isn't suited for either one of these.
Yeah, we kind of suck at a lot of
Interesting,
stuff.
right?
Quickly realizing how unequipped we are for life.
Wild.
Yeah.
I got a rock.
Hey, all together,
Like,
we're almost like one well-rounded person.
Almost, but not quite.
It'd be cool if we had a party of 5 of those.
Look, we killed displacer beasts. We can probably deal
more
with
life
other
than killing.
stuff that might be there in Jevela.
Or we can take
Or we could be a little
the
safer.
Tabaxi envoy to the fort. Last respite fort.
Which sounds nice. I mean,
You would be the Tabaxi envoy.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
You're
just
not
sending
escorting
us.
anyone.
No, they
couldn't-
don't have enough
can't
bodies
afford
to send
send
anyone.
We already
anyone.
envoy.
So they're gonna
It's either
So-
send us to that or
Yeah. They're not. That you would just be the envoy. Like, cool. We need people to go tell these fucking people that war's happening. We can't afford to send anybody.
I
so either
feel
you're
like-
going to do this, or you're going to do the other.
Listen,
thing.
Okay.
So here's an argument I'm going to have for this, and I want to say this as sensibly as possible. I think that we would do exceptionally well at the reconnaissance mission. I do. I don't think we would have too much of an issue with it. We can fight. We can stand back up when we get knocked down. We can pick ourselves up. It's fine. We can do that. What we can't do is, and what I think we would do better at, is explaining the severity of their lack of troops by showing up as their envoy.
That's true.
How can you possibly show someone you're more fucked than sending the people that were sent to get the envoy to be your envoy? Because that is how few people you
That
have.
is really desperate.
I think there is a situation here that we could argue a little more uniquely than we could fight in a trench, especially when there are people who are much more well suited to travel through the flora and fauna of this area. I know most of it will be through a portal, but we still have to go outside
They're
after
still
that.
probably better trained than us.
That-
The Tabaxi know their own back door.
Yeah, we
like
did-
their own backyard.
We did exceptionally poorly traveling through the jungle. That was. We took a 2.5 day trip and banged her out in about 9.
And we got captured by frog people.
Well, we got in a frog people's cage. It's just seemed
Willingly.
easier at that point.
Which seems
Willingly
silly.
or not, that counts as captured.
That seems silly now.
to
when
be
you
fair,
say
that
it like
could
that,
also backfire. They could see that they sent us as the envoy and be like, well, we're going to lose too many men in this. Let them handle it themselves.
I don't think so,
I think
because
they
I
would
think we've
trust
seen
us.
things that even their envoy couldn't say that they have seen.
They already know us too, so it's not like they would just
Would
see us as
come
randos.
But they
I don't
already know
Well,
us.
We've met.
They know we're dependable. We keep showing back up.
Like a
To
bad
be fair, the
pig.
only one that's met
Uh-huh.
the only one that's met the Dwarven King was Quinren, and
It went well.
none of us
It went well.
have
Don't worry
met
about
the
it.
That's
dwarfish
true.
envoys.
We've met the Vulcan Authority though. They like us pretty well.
Yeah, but who's to say that it's gonna be Gully and Feather with them?
I don't think they would change agents in the middle of a field operation.
I would hope not. Not unless they both
That
die.
seems like a lot of debriefing and rebriefing that would have to happen. Again, my opinion's been spoken out loud. I think we would be exceptionally well in another situation, and either way it goes,
Yeah. Like,
I don't think there's a right answer. I just think there's a more right for us answer.
I think Quinrin's right. At the end of the day, I think that's.
That was me.
Like my,
I didn't know if that was the cat or you.
No, that was my stomach.
But how can you think
Oh.
Quinrin's right if what he said was that there's no right answer?
I
I
think
don't
we are
think there's-
better suited.
I don't think there's a right answer, but I think there is a best answer.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
Yeah.
how about
Trying
this?
to figure things out. Okay?
Finnegan's
It's fair, we
big
gotta
brain
come at it
over
from
here.
every angle.
Yeah,
No.
I agree. I think
All right.
if someone is still going to be sent to speak with the Vulcan Authority, then I do feel like we are better equipped to go.
We've already got rapport with the Vulcan Authority, and I think we can add an essence of severity and emergency to the situation by being the envoy that Lord His Highness King Cave sends.
How about, since we seem split, we put it to a vote?
I have never once been opposed to democracy. Do we have any broken clay tiles?
I think you can just raise hands.
Oh. Okay, that's a perfectly fine way to do it too, I guess, if you're not like
Alright.
an official democracy.
Says a whisper
Yeah.
in your head.
Okay.
Alright.
Well,
It's God.
It's the traveler.
everyone who votes to head to Jebela. Okay. Everyone wants to meet the envoy. Okay, I guess we're meeting the envoy.
We are the envoy, big dog.
The other envoy.
Put on your
The
envoy
other
pants.
envoy. Put on your envoy pants.
So here's our biggest issue with being the envoy that I just kind of thought about. Is the local government going to be involved in that?
Yeah, you know that. So you know that the Vulcan Authority told you that they would take care of rounding up members of the local government in order to come sit in here.
You need to stay the fuck on the bus.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I voted Jebela.
I get that, but damn, yeah, that's a situation I didn't think about.
The local government and the
And that's right.
They're
And the
not-
paladins are a separate order,
yeah.
so we're not worried about the
yeah,
local government.
town
at all.
guard is not the same as the paladins. They are their own
The
military fighting
paladins
force.
just act like they're the town guard.
Yeah, they are. They do their own patrols. They are a military fighting force. They do help protect, but they are not, in fact.
Yeah, it's the difference between the cops and the military in a military town.
Basically, yes.
Yeah,
That's
the
it,
military
yeah.
is the military, and the cops are the cops, and the
the
cops
cops-
will arrest the
And
military.
that's and the town's guard will arrest the paladins of Cord, but normally that gets, when like if a paladin of Cord were to be arrested in a town like Galen by a town's guard, they would not be taken to the jail. They'd be taken back to
the base. Yeah, just like
for-
we would be taken back to base
exactly,
and handed
for
over to the proper
punishment to be
authorities.
dealt out. Yep.
They'd
yep.
give us the provost marshal. And
Exactly.
Then I get to sit in a boring ass fucking room while I sober up and wait on a first sergeant.
Yeah, so that's exactly how this works here. Yeah.
This is a really realistic roleplay.
Yeah.
Didn't give me my airsoft gun
They
back
was-
or nothing.
Immersion is good.
Who would have known it was a felony to kidnap duty? That's only kind of a true story.
It does.
Only kind
I
of.
feel like if you were, help your players immerse themselves in the story by relating it to real world events.
So yeah, so we can sidestep any shit. We could probably work out a little pardon me poo, for our efforts in the war for you there, because your situation here is bigger than most. Maybe we could get the local government to talk to the paladins about that, but that's neither here nor there.
Speak up, Junior.
You're not my dad.
I say as I look up at my friend that is twice my son.
Probably also twice your age.
I'm not hella old.
Oh.
I'm
I was
young.
gonna say his dad came to berate him. He can't be too old.
Yeah.
Wait, is your character the youngest?
What? No, mine's
When
probably the
How old
youngest.
is it?
I was about to say probably Garuk.
It was about to say Garuk is just like baby adult. Like
I don't know, because
Like,
everybody's taller than me.
Garuk's like 18 or
I
something,
don't know how
right?
old
Like-
people
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Group's like 18, 19
Oh.
years old.
he's barely a man.
Yeah.
Gordon is in like early 30s, I think.
That tracks.
Like that.
I'm a young lad.
I'm just a miscellaneous adult.
I am 30 or 40 years old, and I do not need this.
Absolutely.
Zilgrim's whole character.
Yeah. Except for those mechanical arms, I do need those.
Well, you all apparently have planned to leave the Cantrovian jungle via an envoy,
I think that's the best idea.
which does take you past Kalnora, the City of Tears, where...
Oh my god. I wonder if Langley will be there too.
oh, Langley.
The city of Langleys.
Langley is in the Underdark in
Oh.
about 47 different pieces right now.
Oh.
I'm just
Put them back
The
together.
Undergo
Dapplebrass.
got it.
Yeah.
That
yep.
was incredibly specific.
Yeah, side quest.
Find Langley. All the pieces of Langley.
Put him back
Put
together.
them back
It's the
together.
Stones of
because his
Barenziah
son
all
is
over
actually
again.
an automaton.
Frank and Langley.
No, it's not actually
Oh.
that. None of that is canon.
That would have been so cool.
Is it time?
Langley got fired out of a cannon.
Is it time to play God?
That's closer.
Langley is God.
Langley is your god.
See what God did to us,
He's
man?
super benevolent, though. Like, he just kind of sits around.
Like Shaggy.
Like, yeah. yeah.
I'm gold.
I'm gone. So, yeah, that's how you all have decided that you are going to be leaving the jungle via an envoy to the Last Respite and the Precipice Fort. But for now, you have the evening. And it's not late. Like, it's approaching, like, dusk at this point. Are you all still hanging out at the table there in the inn?
Well, now that everything is decided, Garuk is going to eat, pray, and then go the fuck to sleep.
Eat, pray, love.
I was gonna say, you need a long rest like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I am out of spells and down to 9 hit points.
I am also
Right.
mostly out of
Yeesh.
spells.
Yeah, I'm ready to get some rest as well.
It's been a long one.
As you all are sitting there finishing eating your meals, it's no ivory goat.
No.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a comforting meal. The place is warm, it's dry. You all feel relaxed for the first time in days.
Okay, so get
that-
ready for the Constitution save.
That is until. Everyone make a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
dirty 20.
10.
16.
6.
Don't worry about me.
You both notice Cave walks in
Oh.
to the inn.
Does he look mad?
No,
Oh, okay.
Hey, Cave.
doesn't really look mad.
Everything's just tense.
He's by himself.
Oh. It's interesting how the king just walks around by himself all the time.
It's like his Bruce Wayne alter ego.
And
Maybe.
that'd be a really
Like-
bad alter.
like
he
he
didn't
puts on
change his
glasses and no one knows
yeah.
who he is.
It's Goose Wayne.
Oh,
It's funny,
no.
we've never seen the king and Cave in the same
We're gonna go
place.
liberate a 6-pack of beer from the gas station.
He does see you all though, and he begins to make his way over to your table.
Oh, hey, Your Highness.
And he just kind of looks at you real weird, and he says, "My name is Cave."
Okay.
He hit you with the Black Panther. We don't do that here.
I mean, that's pretty much what he's saying. Like, no, I'm not Your Highness.
Don't
My
make it
name
weird.
is Cave."
Okay.
He sits
I'm
down.
unfamiliar with your system of government here,
He
obviously.
says, "Forgive me, there aren't enough of us, and everyone has to fulfill many roles here. I wear the crown and the robe because it's a job that needs filled. I'm the one to do it. That's where that begins and ends. And while I wear the crown and robe, I do the job of the one that wears the crown and robe. When I take it off, no one is doing the job of the crown and robe. And I remain cave.
Kind of sounds like a better system.
There's no struggle for power here.
Necessity is the mother of all invention.
Can I sit with you?
Of course.
There's no reason you couldn't.
He sits down and he says, I don't begrudge you, any of you. You all have done us a great service, you really have. But severity looms. Not only for us here, though I make it seem that way from time to time. That's because it starts here. It's always started here. We have been the first line of defense against the city of Jevela and the evils that come from it since the beginning. And we don't want it to end with us here. And if it does, we will be the first to go. Everything that we have fought for, and the oldest, most ancient city in all of Cetera will be lost. It is very important that we survive this. It's incredibly important that we are as ready as we can be for this. Because if we fall, the rest of Cetera may fall. If the rest of Cetera falls, I don't know how long it will be before the rest of Exandria goes with it. Because the evils birthed beneath Jevela have not been seen, the likes of which since the Great Divergence. So thank you on behalf of all of us. And thank you on behalf of Exandria.
You're welcome.
You have my sword.
That's okay, you have his robe.
It feels
I
like
have your robe.
it feels like we just sort of fell into all of this, but
As most of us do.
Last time you were talking to the guy who has to put on the crown.
How did you know that I could open the tree? I didn't know I opened the tree. I thought the necklace opened the tree.
You are the worshipper of Melora. You are child of her teachings.
Well, yeah, but it started glowing at the tree,
Ah.
and it wasn't
Yeah.
until that happened.
Reaches into his leather and he pulls it back out. And he says, this amulet belonged to my family. They grew the arch trees long ago. They grew the original portals. They were quick ways to travel about the forest without disturbing it or any of the denizens therein. Or risking yourself. Nature is unforgiving sometimes. It's not fair to call it cruel because it doesn't
Doesn't have a moral compass.
doesn't have morals. It takes nothing personally. And we built these, or we grew these trees in places of great and powerful magic. We grew them in places that seemed to almost be ley lines to Melora herself. And these gems we found would glow brightly. We used them almost as a compass. When the brighter they would glow, the more intense the connection to Melora the area had. Once we found the area that would would cause the gem to glow with enough warmth, we knew that that was the area to build or grow another arch tree and build a portal within it.
That makes sense.
These were worn by the members of my family that grew these trees. And you happened to find one. Here. He hands it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't think I'll be growing any arch trees anytime soon. But maybe you'll find it useful in your travel.
Perhaps. I'll put it back on.
So, since he opened
I still
a
don't know
portal
how that happened.
between the two arch trees, does that mean he can open the portal to other arch trees as well?
It's complicated. Most of the connections for the arch trees were lost, along with the ruins themselves. They can be opened from their end back to the original arch tree here in the city, but they can't be opened the other direction. We can't get to the ones that are lost, but if they're opened from their end back to us, it reestablishes a connection, and we can then travel back and forth between them. We had 3. Now we have 4. We don't know exactly how many there are, since a lot of that information was lost with, well, the ruins that you all found and members of my family that tended them.
So it wouldn't work in between cities that have temples to Melora?
No, not unless one of my family had grown an arch tree there.
Okay. So it is specifically the trees that your family has planted.
The trees themselves were grown purposefully in order to be archways between themselves, in order to travel through the jungle itself safely.
Melora's temples also just frequently also have trees. Like Arby's in the 90s.
Yeah. Growing tree. The
What's
growing
Arby's?
tree is a symbol of life. The symbol of nature,
That's
and
my
life is the
church.
symbol of
That's
Melora.
my church.
They have the meats.
Big hat.
Dude, see that cowboy hat? You know what that means.
He says, I just didn't want you to think that you weren't welcome here or that you had offended in any way. You haven't. Things are just severe at the moment, and I wish that this could have been a meeting on different terms.
Well, we're happy to help. And we see the severity of your situation here.
That's good. Get some rest. Come see me tomorrow with whatever decision it is you've made. And thank you again. I'll see myself out. He stands up and he kind of nods to you all and he walks out.
Night cave.
Yep, not a word.
Stoic.
It's very.
What a guy.
He's going through a lot.
Yeah, he said his piece. He said goodbye. That was
Seems to be a lot on that guy's plate.
Mm-hmm.
He has to wear the crown.
And you got to keep the
Heavy
fancy
is the
necklace.
head.
Yeah.
Where's the crown? Or something like that.
Well, yeah. Usually those things are made of gold and that shit's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Really heavy.
Causes neck problems later in life.
That's why I just wear it all the time. Meeting adjourned. It's weird, like he's wearing fur on fur. Like that didn't seem right.
It's gotta be warm.
Big fur.
Oof. Sweat City.
It wasn't fur. It was crushed velvet. Purple crushed velvet on his black fur looked fantastic.
Goddamn, Prince, calm down.
Good lord, that's a cool look. That's a fit.
I thought he was king.
And I mean the building
Only
that he's in looks
situation, I
like the
think.
Kremlin. So,
That's what I was thinking when you said the onion
That's
Oh,
pretty much
so
what I
I
was
was thinking
describing. Yeah, it looks a whole hell of a lot. It's. I mean, you all are in a place that looks an awful lot like Russia. It's brutalistic architecture just about everywhere except for the Capitol building, which is this gorgeous monument to Melora. And the people all seem a bit stoic and pretty to the point when it comes to their personalities, the way they are.
Like hard the Russian beat.
A bit, yeah, a bit. Like like very direct.
Has anybody yelled Wanasuka yet?
Eat your turnip.
No.
He's not turnip, is potato.
But
I
these
love
are
a good
definitely a
vegetable.
people that have not lost hope here. They are tenders of nature. They are worshippers of Melora, and they are a people that have survived this long. You all are left with your thoughts at the table at the end of the evening. The sun is setting. You are all exhausted from your travels.
Time for bed.
A well-deserved night's sleep in a safe, warm place is finally upon you. And we'll take a quick break there. We left off with you all getting ready to go to bed.
Yes.
With a fuck sleep. So you all are now free to take your evening to do with it what you will in your rooms. You have enough time to get 8 hours of rest plus spend some time with some of the new items that you found. You each have enough time to spend time with one of the items that you found to attune to it if it would require that.
Okie dokie, I'm gonna attune to the bracers of defense.
Yeah. I'd like to take a long rest and also attune to my robe. My rib.
Yes.
I'm going to attune to my new sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna pray and then go to sleep.
Fuck it, I'm going to bed.
I guess I'll attune to my Pearl of Power.
Wait, you have a cool new sword, Zilgrim?
Yeah, and it looks metal as fuck.
Can you use a sword?
Why not?
Well, cleric, yeah.
Didn't used to be able
I
to
was
use
gonna
an
say,
extra
like-
weapon, but they can now.
Okay.
In our first few sessions, I did use a mace, I think, a few times.
Okay, that's not an edge
I
weapon.
just-
What are your weapon proficiencies?
I think it's fine. I think it all falls under
I
like
don't
martial
remember.
weapon
That's what I'm
proficiency.
wondering, yeah.
I don't know. Where
Yeah, I don't want to
where did I
metagame,
write
but
this
I don't
down?
remember clerics using swords, but maybe they can now. All my
I don't-
knowledge is old,
Where is that written?
like everything else about me. Alright.
That's on
Uh,
this page.
Technically, anyone can use anything, right? It's just
Longsword or
proficiency.
martial
It's on this
weapon?
page, languages and proficiencies.
Languages and
Yeah, it just means you wouldn't get to add your proficiency bonus to your attacks.
Would that give you
It's not written
disadvantage on those?
No, it just means you wouldn't add your
Proficiencies, weapons, simple weapons.
Longsword?
I think longsword
For
is martial.
cleric.
Yeah.
Oh, for cleric. Oh, cleric has simple weapon proficiency.
Yes.
It is, yeah, it
Not
just
martial
says
weapon proficiency.
Any sword.
Oh, that says weapon any sword. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's it is a longsword that you found. Just
So I don't think you can wield it.
Damn.
you can. You just can't.
You just won't
you
get your
can't be
plus 3
proficient.
proficiency.
You will not
bonus.
get your proficiency
Oh.
bonus. Yeah, you're not proficient with it, so you
That's
don't get
fair.
your proficiency
Well, that
bonus.
makes all level of sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's like they thought of everything. in this
They
game.
thought of everything.
you can pick up a weapon and use it. Anyone can pick up a weapon and use it. You just aren't proficient with the weapon if you don't have proficiencies with that weapon.
You can pick up a thing that's not a weapon and use it as a weapon, as an or an improvised weapon.
Sure.
Here, chair legs.
Yeah.
Halflings.
Other people.
So that'd be, you would pick up a chair leg and you would swing it. You'd, add your strength modifier,
Yeah.
and then you'd roll like it's like 1d6 or something like that, or 1d8 or something for a bludgeoning weapon. I can't remember. So, you all spend the night attuning.
What is that sword?
The 9 Live Stealer?
Can I seize it?
Yeah.
Is it like an anti?
How many items can you attune to?
3, I believe.
3. You can
Okay.
be attuned to 3 at any time, and you can unattune from an item as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick.
How would you feel about selling this to me?
I actually
I
have
would
an
consider
item.
it.
I actually have an item that I have absolutely no use for that one of you two probably needs.
What is it?
The boots that give you advantage on stealth checks.
I will trade you for my goggles.
I'm already proficient, and I get to double my proficiency for stealth, so it's like a plus, like 11.
The goggles seem pretty fit for him anyway.
I have dark vision now, though, because of my robe. Anyways, so
Oh, does your robe give you dark vision?
yes, it gives me many fun things.
Okay, so I just got something that's basically completely useless.
You can see further now. Can you?
It don't
Increases your
should.
dark vision to 120
You can
feet.
see twice as far.
You can also hawk them if you really feel like they're useless.
It's
I
true.
mean,
You could sell them.
money
Yeah,
is
I
never
just-
useless.
I just figured because you wear heavy armor, so you would get disadvantaged by default, right? So
Yeah.
that would let you roll flat stealth checks at least.
This thing's ridiculously
That would be good
badass.
for Groot.
I don't know how much
I'm
it's
gonna
worth,
get
but if you
more
really,
than I have.
I was gonna say, if you really like it, I know you could probably use it more effectively than me.
Because I think it's good, but I don't really need it.
Where? Let me see. I'm looking at equipment again. Hold on.
Yeah, we've never had to divvy up loot before.
It's our loot, comrade.
Battle axe.
That's right.
That's
Oh
a
no,
martial
I
weapon.
understand fully. Trust, because if I find a sword, yes, I'm proficient in it. No, I don't want to swing it. Like,
I was going to just because it has skulls on it. I love that shit. It looks cool.
Well, what's your AC? And do you wear armor? You do wear armor.
I wear heavy armor.
You wear heavy armor.
My AC is 13.
Okay. What's your AC? Well, you got a
my
fancy
AC
pearl
is
mage
also
armor,
13.
and you don't wear armor.
And I don't wear armor.
And you don't wear armor?
Neither one
I
of them
don't-
do because they have mage armor.
Yeah, I can.
Well, he
drop-
can't wear armor.
I cannot wear
With
armor.
my armor, I have a 16. If I drop it and go mage armor, it goes to 18, so I don't need it.
Okay. Because these will give you. It feels like I have a lot of items here.
Feels like I have a lot of items.
I'd rather like. It feels like we're putting all our eggs in one basket rather than strengthening the whole
Well,
party across
what-
the board.
That's
Which
true.
one were you attempting to?
Well, I've got the bracers of defense. The deal with if I use those, like, it doesn't give me any higher AC than if I'm using my scale mail. It just gets rid of the disadvantage on stealth checks. So I'd still be able to have a 17 AC,
That's-
but I'd no longer have a
That's still pretty good,
disadvantage
though,
on
because
stealth
now
checks.
he doesn't have disadvantage on stealth checks now, so you wouldn't either then.
That just leaves Zilgrim having disadvantage on stealth checks.
True. I can just make him invisible.
That would be cool.
I mean, that is a possibility.
So for right now, I'm gonna attune to all of these. Are you all right with that?
That's fine with me.
Okay. Well then,
We'll be able to attune to one thing tonight.
Yeah. This thing, I'm gonna attune to the bracers of defense and just stow my scale mail. Actually, probably sell it. I don't really need it right now. It's getting a little funky. Alright. Was there something that you're doing alright? You doing alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Okay. Like,
I'm great.
Yep.
I'm getting used to seeing 360 view now. I have eyes in the back of my head,
that's wild.
and the side, and under me, and everywhere.
I don't think I'd like that at all.
I'm like a housefly.
In a lot of
Do
ways,
those
yes.
bracers stack with your
Buzz,
cloak?
buzz.
Yes, they count as long as I'm not wearing any armor.
Oh, both of them require you not to be wearing armor?
No, this one I can wear with armor.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. So that keeps my AC at 17, but gets rid of that annoying, like, clanking around that I've been doing the whole time.
Brilliant.
Okay, and now everyone can see in the dark.
Good.
Nobody gets disadvantage on stealth rolls.
Zilgrim still
Zilgrim
does.
does.
Oh, is that because of the armor?
Yeah.
heavy armor.
Oh, that's right.
I also get advantage on perception checks now.
Oh no! That Chikachikatsu tune! Oh boy, oh boy.
What are you, someone's grandpa?
I did go to Spain one time. A lot of wild nights in Spain.
España?
Right.
I'm gonna exit my room and stand at the end of the hall and wait for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, the morning comes, and Finnegan is already up and out and standing there waiting.
In my head, I'm like, should I start knocking on their doors? No, I'll give them a minute. I've been doing really well.
Such a fucking weirdo.
Let me think. Let's see. Just a second.
It's like you're speaking infernal over there.
I'm trying.
You all wake up the next morning.
There are two kinds of people.
Finnegan's already standing at the end of the hallway, waiting as the rest of you wake up. What are the rest of you doing with your morning as you begin to wake up?
I mean, I've been awake, so I guess I'm just like finishing up in my spell book and getting my stuff packed back up into my bag.
I'll go stand next to
Yeah.
Finn.
No, that's a lie.
At the
I
end
don't
of
have
the hall.
stuff or a bag. Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna say anything.
This morning I've
Yeah.
decided I don't really feel like I need the armor anymore.
Okay. No
Off the armor, huh?
Yeah, I feel strong enough without it. I don't know what it is about these new bracers, but like, I feel like they do something for me.
I'm gonna clean all my blood off my armor.
There. Yeah. All right.
That's probably good for longevity.
Yeah, you don't want it to rust.
Yep, and then I will get ready and I guess meet the rest of the party.
Just chugging ghost milk.
Chugging ghost milk.
Goat's milk. Chugging goat's milk. Corner's
Oh,
just fucking
goat's milk.
down in
I-
goat's milk.
I thought you said ghost milk.
Ectoplasm, baby.
No.
You gotta juice the ghost.
Like
a jellyfish.
Gorna, as you're getting packed up and ready to leave the room, your idol begins to glow again as you pick it up off your nightstand, where I assume you had it.
Mm-hmm.
It begins to glow in your hand again.
Esselus, what are you doing? What is this?
It's just steady glowing for the time. As you look it over for a minute, you look at it in the face, and its eyes seem to catch yours. Almost like it's looking at you. It's a statue. It's still the idol.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to hear a voice in your head, like a snake. says, "The end of things are coming."
What? The end of things?
It glows again, brightly. You hear it say, "How it ends is up to you."
Oh. I would hope so.
And the glow fades.
That's unusual.
Garuk, as you are cleaning the blood off of your armor, fumbling about with it a little bit.
Quite inefficiently.
You hear the tapping of rain against your window.
I look up towards the window.
Clouds begin to block out the sun in the morning, and a storm begins to roll in. And as it does, lightning flashes in the clouds, thunder rumbles.
I grab onto my pendant.
It feels comforting. You all make your way out of your rooms and into the dining area of the inn, where where Finnegan has been standing with his many-eyed robe.
It's the creepiest goddamn PJs ever.
I can see everything. I've just been waiting for someone to acknowledge me so I can say that.
It's got real Manos the Hands of Fate.
Yeah,
Vibes to it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every time you open, it's just attached at your wrists.
I could do that. I'm basically a tailor.
Yeah, you really had your last cloak just fucking fitted.
One of one.
Didn't he just grab a dagger and cut off like
That's exactly how that went down. Yes.
You know nothing about fashion.
So what do y'all do?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning. Yeah.
Ibert. Well,
I saw that coming.
good.
Garuk is going to walk away and sit at a table and wait for breakfast.
Did hit points fully recover in a long
Yeah,
rest?
it's a long rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All your hit points, all your spells, all that good stuff. It all comes back.
Okay.
So how are we gonna make it to where we're going?
Well, I feel like transportation will be provided, or information will be given, or you know,
Airship?
you've got a ship somewhere.
Well, a pirate stole it.
Dread pirate. Had a beard and everything. Should have saw this coming.
Should have seen it coming.
He had the hat. The hat was the real dead ringer.
The peg leg, really.
That's why I don't.
Let's just say we missed a lot of red
The
flags.
gravelly voice and the accent.
The constantly saying, "I'm gonna steal your stuff." No.
I be a pirate.
Have I been telling? Good morning. Have I been telling you that I'm a pirate?
The consistent and constant fucking repetitious threats on our lives.
I'll keel haul you, cause I'm a pirate.
Because I'm a pirate.
To be fair, he only threatened Garuk's life.
I still don't even know about that.
No one does.
I would have no
Garuk
knowledge.
hasn't told anyone.
Yeah,
He was told to keep his fucking mouth shut, and he thought maybe that's better than
I was
getting shot in
completely
the head.
blindsided to the fact that he was a pirate because he was so nice.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably taking that one with grade.
I don't think getting shot in the head hurts, but I also think it does a lot of other stuff. If I had to ask, arguably, I say no, it doesn't hurt. In other news,
Oh yeah, I found this folding boat in the ruins too, which I suppose I'll show.
Wait, boats don't fold.
This one does. Here, check it out.
This one does.
it's a lot of
It's
text.
just in
on
a
the
big,
back of
but
that
it's
card.
in a crate. It's like it's just like whoa, what?
Yeah, it's a little unwieldy to carry around, but
It's a camping boat. Folds up.
I mean we can put it in the bag of holding.
It says Coleman on the side of it.
Oh, the crate's only a foot by half a foot.
Yeah, it's like
It's inconvenient, not impossible.
yeah.
I was wondering if we could put it in that bag that you have.
It fit.
Yeah, and it only weighs 4
I don't
pounds.
feel like it.
Put it in your sack.
Put it in your sack.
Okay. I won't.
I'd put it in your sack before she puts it in your sack.
Yeah. That's probably.
You don't want me to have to put it in your sack.
I feel like that's going to be
I am small.
uncomfortable.
Inadequate. Okay, we'll put the boat in the bag.
Boat in a bag. Boat in a bag in a box.
Boat in a
Or-
box in a bag.
Boat in a box.
Box
In a bag.
of a boat in a bag.
Well,
Yeah.
technically the box is the boat.
In
Yes.
the bottom of the lake.
Here, go ahead and give that. That is yours in
Okay.
case we
In
need a
the
boat.
interim.
Since you're the captain, I figured you should probably have the boat.
It-
Perfect.
That's the escape vessel in case anything.
Consolation.
Later, fuckers! what?
Fucking Marty McFly that shit as he jumps off the fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it can turn into a boat for like 15 people. It doesn't mean he's gonna do that.
I'm gonna do it at the table.
Right there in the fucking inn.
The whole boat
Oh,
just
this is
pops up.
awesome!
well, you have to set command words for it.
So,
I figure it has the instructions on the box. The 3 command words are just on the box.
yeah, they're written on it with no other instructions. It's just command words. So, just
Just 3 distinct words.
Yeah, that's it. They don't say what they do or anything like that. It's just, I wonder what this word means. Ah!
Splugelblog.
Yeah, ship. So, you all, it's the morning time. You all have gathered around. You were told to meet with Cave again back at the, at this that large sprawling castle again, no later than midday.
Yeah. Might as well get it over with.
Yep.
After breakfast.
After
After the errands on the
breakfast.
way. In case there's not time afterwards. We seem to lollygag after being given tasks.
Oh yeah,
And that
well we're gonna
seemed to,
eat and then we're gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the one who was upset. Purity was.
Well.
I was fine.
I was just gonna say we were all fine. We were shopping. We were so
I was
normal
about to say, and I
about
caught
our
you guys kicking it
situation.
down to the Juban district, fucking getting your shopping in. Before the fucking
Sense
guys then
of
showed up.
urgency.
Urgua?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
sense of urgency. The candle store they were standing in front of.
I would definitely go to that candle store.
That's like a store from Bob's Burgers.
It is.
So, breakfast costs you a silver piece per. And If there's anything you'd like to do beforehand, that's fine. If not, you can go straight to the castle to speak with Gabe.
I'm ready to go to the castle.
Onward! I mean, non-canon, like, out of character, I know you wanted to sell armor, right?
Yes.
We should dumpster that on the way because it's one less small task to do afterwards.
Yes, I would like to
Throw it in the dumpster.
sell a used set of scale mail, if possible.
Okay.
If there's someone that I can sell it to, without too much fuss.
Yeah, it's no problem to find someone like a blacksmith or anything like that. You've got scale mail.
Yeah, I paid 50 gold for it.
The blacksmith says I might be able to do something. I might be able to fix this up a little bit. It's pretty heavily used.
Yeah, it's taken a few dings here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bones are still good though.
Bones.
It's got good bones.
My bones,
Doesn't
because
smell
the armor
great
took
either.
all the
Yeah,
impacts.
I can tell. Doesn't really smell great either. It kind of smells like.
Hey, listen, a girl sweats when she works.
Yeah, you're talking to a cat.
You're talking to a cat. Covered in fur.
I give you
Cat sweat?
10 gold for it.
I feel like it also
10.
smells like.
Take it or leave it.
Also smells like the ruin we were
Tell you
in.
what, I'll take it.
Smell it again.
10 is fine.
All right.
10 is fair.
10 gold.
It smells like Brog.
He takes. He gives you the
I
10 gold
forgot
and he
about-
takes it. You see him. He takes it and he opens up a back door and he just goes.
It's got to air
Shuts
out.
the door.
We'll be out there today, too. Tossing some vinegar to get that surface off.
And he goes, thanks.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to clean that off your hands? Put a little butter in it.
No.
Now you know you want to lick that shit because you're trying to keep hairballs down.
Get out of my shop.
We're going to get kicked out of this city. Envoy or not, we're leaving.
They can't kick us out. There's not enough people to fight for them.
Damn.
They need us.
There's still more than you. So you sell your smelly old armor.
85 gold total.
Is there anything else you all would like to do before you head out?
Does there happen to be a magic item shop in the town? I mean, I kind of highly doubt it, but there's a lot of relics around. I don't know if maybe somebody's hawking fucking shit.
If you'd like to take the time to look for something like that before you go to...
We don't have time.
You can. Is the morning. You've got till midday. If not, if so, I'll need a perception check. If not, you don't see anything immediately that catches your eye.
That's fine. That's fine. We've got to go and plan
What
to we're
about
actually.
my eyes?
Your special
That's
eyes.
a little different. Hold
me up really high.
Yeah. What does that card say one more time? Let me.
Hey, Guru, can you toss him up in the
Hold me up
air?
really high. Yeah, just-
Risk a reconnaissance satellite.
Oh my god, it does so many things.
Pull out a big
Um,
fucking.
Gives you advantage on
You see in all
perception
directions.
checks.
You have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. You have dark vision. You can see invisible creature objects. Oh god, yeah, you can't stop. You cannot stop seeing everything.
You cannot stop seeing everything.
Nightmare! Nightmare! Nightmare!
You,
That
You know
sounds
that
horrible.
Misfits
you
song,
can close
Glowing
your
Eyes?
eyes.
Yeah.
You still see
Yeah,
things.
it's
that.
I don't think you
Did,
wear
did
that
that
to
say
bed,
he can
right?
see invisible
I
creatures?
have to.
It can do more than that.
You can do more than that. That's none
Okay,
of your
cool.
goddamn business.
It does
So
quite a lot.
I would say that if you were to just say something about that out loud, like I wonder if there's a magic item shop, and
Down the street to
and
the
Finnegan
left, take
was
about
like-
30 steps, take a right.
I would
Could be
say you give me a perception check and you give me a perception check with advantage. This is kind of like having double advantage.
What's my prescription?
13.
13.
13.
13. You find you don't find a dedicated magic item shop, but you do find, it seems to be something almost like secondhand, kind of almost like a pawn shop.
Yeah, I'm doing
Where
a pawn shop.
There's just armor and weapons in it. There's also like adventuring gear in it. There's things like that. It's sort of like kind of a catch-all. There's clothing in it. There's there's tools and things of that nature, and it all seems to be secondhand or used or something like that. Yeah, you find one though for sure.
All right, excellent. Well, I guess since we found one, I'm going to go in since we took the effort to do it.
There's a waif-thin, small, very short tabaxi girl standing behind the counter as you walk in, and she sort of, or sitting behind the counter, and she sort of looks over and hops up and goes, oh, and stands up off of her stool, which drops her down to be a little shorter than she was sitting, and she kind of tiptoes a little bit and settles up to the counter, and she says, "Hi, what can I help you with?"
Well, I'm a wizard without a robe, so to speak. I was hoping.
She kind of looks at you.
I mean, I have a robe, but it's just a robe. I was hoping that you might have something a little more less normal. Perhaps.
Like, want something that's like see-through, or like, are you a weirdo, or like?
No, I mean,
about?
I am a weirdo, but not that kind of weirdo.
What do you want, fringe?
No.
Edible robe.
It's just fruit by the foot. You can make your own for like $3. They're all G-strings anyway.
I'm just imagining a robe made of fruit roll.
It's a technicolor robe, but it's a fruit roll-up.
That's
It's just,
honestly awesome.
it's so sticky.
So,
Just
yeah,
a
it's
single
so
color
Because the moment you step
It would
outside,
be so
oh yeah,
heavy.
the moment you step outside, you're swarmed by flies.
bugs,
Bees.
ants.
Now it's a fly jacket.
It summons insects. It just casts
It's a
summons.
robe of summoning insects.
Yeah. Good. This summons a swarm, a cloud of insects. It's impossible to breathe while wearing the robe from
Look
all
like,
the bugs.
You look like Pigpen.
So she says, so assuming you're not some kind of weirdo, what do you mean?
I was hoping for
I said assuming.
perhaps
I'm
some,
just gonna assume for now.
perhaps some enchanted clothing. Not see-through. I feel like that would be the opposite of effective in any situation, except for maybe taking people by surprise. Ha ha! My elven pee-pee!
Grook is gonna walk away after that.
Just pretend
Like-
that I don't know.
Just hang out off to a side looking at wares.
I'm so proud. This is the kind of interaction I promote.
You can probably already see it with your little pervert robe on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop watching me go to the bathroom.
I can't.
I literally can't.
Oh shit.
I swear the jokes just write themselves, dude.
So she looks at you, she says, well, I mean, we've got, there's definitely some, magical, cloaks here. Are you looking for anything specific? If you, I might be able to help you out a little bit more.
I was really hoping for something, perhaps with protection, but also maybe with some, elemental resistance. Either one of those would help.
Let me take a look. Hang on. She starts to dig around for a little bit, and
I'm
she's
horribly flammable.
excuse me. She starts poking around a bit, and she's
Is that a thing?
What?
You're flammable?
I mean, I'm not
Maybe we can
particularly
fire.
flammable, but those orthons have been using a lot of fire, and I'm pretty sure I can catch on fire.
so. She comes back, and she's got this it's folded up pretty nicely, and she sets it down on the counter. And she says, "So it's pretty straightforward. It's a cloak that just makes you harder to hit. It's pretty
I do like being hard to hit.
pretty simple. For game mechanics purposes, +1 bonus to AC and
Okay.
saving throws while you wear the cloak.
Okay.
Hey, you got a cloak
Okay.
of protection.
How expensive is it to be harder to hit?
Well,
I feel like I'm gonna need to be real hard to hit in the very near future. Thanks to some current situations. War is a brewing.
War declared.
she says, this one's been here for a little bit. I could let it go for 750 gold pieces.
I would be willing to offer you the fair price of 700 gold.
Oh, you like to haggle.
I don't like to, but financially in this situation, I seem to have to.
Well, I like to haggle.
I'm here to haggle then.
700 gold pieces. Got anything else you could trade for it? Maybe we can work something out. You hear suddenly from the back room, don't forget to ask about a trade. You hear, she says, I got it! I'm asking.
Let me see.
That's
Here.
my girl.
I have
Family business.
I don't have a whole lot on me because my pack was stolen along with our ship, but I do have a bottle of some of the finest olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yeah, straight from the Drayland orchards. I was actually handed this by Mr. Drayland himself directly.
You and everybody else. Got anything else?
No, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
She,
Unfortunately, my
I'm
equipment
gonna
has been
reach-
stolen.
I'm like fumbling through my bag of holding.
She kind of eyeballs you up and down for a second. She goes, what's in the leaky bag on your hip there?
That's my magical butter.
Magic butter, huh?
Yeah, it's magic butter.
Show.
I'm going to.
You look real
Put my
cute in your robe.
I'm gonna put my finger into the butter.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna come up with just a little bit on my hands,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna cast grease right where she's standing.
She has to make a dexterity saving throw?
Let me reread this because it's been a minute since I've used it. Dexterity saving throw, and my DC.
What's the, how big's the puddle?
20 feet.
It's 10 foot square.
10 foot square. Okay.
10 foot square.
You're probably going to have to make the dexterity saving throw, too. This
That's
is
cool.
not a big shop.
No, that's fun.
And she's standing like, you two are standing like,
yeah,
looking
right
at
across the
each other.
counter. Yeah. There's
yeah.
like a fucking 2 foot
There's
counter.
going to be
between
fucking
us.
just butter
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
I would say all of you are probably going to have to make a dexterity
This is gonna be
saving. This is
hilarious.
just within 10 feet. Yeah, well, except Groot, who left.
You did walk off. Good
Groot
for
walked
you.
the fuck off because you're an abomination. So apparently, Groot doesn't have to make it, but everyone else, yeah. What's the dexterity saving throw?
Pretty sure it's 15.
15.
Uh-oh.
Oh, all
I
right.
never roll that high.
18.
I rolled a
18,
21.
21.
Merlin.
24.
13.
13. Zilgrim goes down.
Right on my ass.
You cast grease and the butter goes and squirts everywhere, and Zilgrim goes and flat on his ass.
Feet right out from under me.
She manages to stand straight up and look right at it, and she goes, "That's a neat trick."
It's pretty fun.
She goes, "That's not magic butter, though, is it?"
I mean, it's butter that
that's
aids
what
in
I
my
thought.
magical abilities.
She goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought." Give me 700 gold and half that butter. I'll give you the robe.
I'll give you 700 gold and half that butter.
You got a deal.
Hell yeah. Now I've got a half a pouch of butter. It seems a little bit less awkward, honestly.
You got half a pound of butter. A little less than half a pound of butter. You've used it.
I've used it a couple times.
And
Only in the utmost of important situations.
And yeah, so you now have a robe. What the hell is that thing called? Voodoo?
Cloak of protection.
Cloak. That's the one. Cloak of protection.
Yes, it's this thing.
I'm going to put it on immediately.
It requires attunement.
Does it? I'm still going to put it on. It does require attunement, though.
Yeah.
That's fine. That will be my tonight. Thank you.
All right. So as you all begin to leave the store, you can you hear as the door shuts, "Dad, you'll never guess what I got, Dad! Check it out!" The door shuts and muffled conversation. She seems pretty excited about her butter.
Yeah. I'm glad I could make the kids' day.
Butter acquired.
I just saved $50 or 50 gold on something I paid like 2 silver for. It's mathematical.
Stonks.
Works. Stonks. All right. Anything else you all would like to accomplish while you're out?
No, I found they have a cloak.
I'm broke, so
Is there anywhere I can get home training?
Home training.
Why not? Like a puppy school or something?
Elliot Doncaster's working on bringing your mom back, so you're just gonna have to wait.
Yeah, she's gonna beat the bejesus out of
Yeah.
Especially when she finds out about the squirrelberry pie.
you. Yeah, what? Yeah, you harvested all those poor little squirrels.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I'm gonna ask her what a
Against
squirrelberry is.
So,
Believe.
It's not a family recipe.
if there's nothing else you all have planned, you can make your way back to the very large castle that you all had made your way to previously to find Cave.
Yes, we do it.
It seems like our best option.
You make your way back there, and you find Cave is inside. He is not sitting at the throne, though, so he is currently dressed in his usual black leather.
His work blacks.
And he sees you as you come in, and he says, good. So you've decided then.
I think we have.
Well,
I think we have decided to go and act as your envoy because I believe in that situation, not even being able to send one of your own people will help to send the message that it is more than a dire situation. And I think we have witnessed things that you haven't, the people that have firsthand, and we can attest to things that others haven't seen. And hopefully that can help aid in the persuasion. And we also have a little bit of rapport already with the Vulcan Authority and the Dwarven King. Hopefully that can aid in any bargaining and negotiations.
agreed. I think this is probably a good plan. Although it doesn't much matter what I think, because I don't think we have much of a choice.
Fate has put us where we are today, and hopefully we can do what we need to.
We should act quickly. You all will be escorted to the edge of the jungle, obviously.
Clearly.
We don't want you traveling through alone.
We're not particularly skilled at it anyway.
Once you reach the edge of the jungle, you will be on your own, and you will be in open plain for quite some time. You all are being hunted by Orthon.
This is
get to Kalnora as fast as you can.
I don't think there's any stores on the way, so it should be fine.
Once you hit Kalnora, don't dally. You won't want to once you get there anyway, I promise. Try not to spend time out in the open. Try to make haste. The faster you can get there, the faster the dwarves, ideally the local government, can begin to mobilize their forces. If there are no questions, then we will leave immediately.
Good luck on your own missions.
Mostly they will be here.
We'll return with help.
I hope so. He waves, and a group of 6 Tabaxi guards, all armored and armed quite well, greet you, and Cave says, "These men will lead you out of the jungle. They will take you to the edge. Once you're there, again, make haste. You will need to go quickly. If you think you can, a straight line is always the fastest route, but if I were you, I would run to Kalnora, and then as fast as you can to Precipice Fort. The journey will not be short.
No.
No. It will be long and arduous.
Should we be asking him to mark this stuff on our map?
Hey, let's give it a whirl. Ask him to mark some stuff on our map.
Oh, you know where these places are. It's Kalnora is a huge major city.
Yeah, we're
Oh.
going to Kalnora and Precipice Fort, which I think we could find. our
Last
way.
respite, Precipice Fort have been marked on your map.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we should be able to find where we need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was marked by the Vulcan authorities. So yeah, you have these places. You know where they are.
Oh, okay.
You know that you'll be exiting. You know that you'll be exiting the fort or the jungle. Put back to my map here. You'll be exiting the Cantrovian jungle with about a 3-day journey to Kalnora, and then another 3-day journey to the last respite, or a 5-day journey if you go straight through.
Okay, so we'll get there in about 2 weeks.
Perfect.
You mean Kalnora, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your trip out of the jungle will take you 2 days.
As long as we don't get kidnapped again.
Well, we have escorts.
That's true.
You have people that know. That's why it will
That's
only
true.
take you
Oh,
2
great.
days.
So now we're gonna wake up without kidneys.
Wrong kind of escort.
Yeah, not that kind. He says if there's anything you all need before you leave, I would recommend doing that immediately. Otherwise, the quicker we move, the better chance we all have.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And he turns around and continues to discuss some matters with some of the other black-robed tabaxi you all had seen before. And the 6 guards all nod at you and begin to lead you out of the city of Cantrove, back through the jungle. They know their way around. They know their way around well. There will be no need to make any survival checks. The forest or the jungle is their home.
Sure.
They know where it is safe to travel and when it is safe to travel. And they do manage to take you to the edge of the jungle, no problem. The one who seems to be a bit more in charge as you all breach the edge of the jungle to see the great open plains of Kalnora in front of you. He says to you, "Go with the light of Melora, and good luck to you." And they turn and they leave you at the edge of the jungle. all begin to make your way out into the open plains. You have a map. Do you know which way you're going? Are you going to go to Kalnora and then to the Last Respite, or are you going straight there?
He told us to go to Kalnora.
He did advise that. I feel like he would know what he's talking about.
I think so. I think we head
Yeah.
to Kalnora, and then what was the deal? Why did he want us to go to Kalnora first?
Because we're being hunted.
Right.
Yeah,
And
stay.
Stay in town so that. Yes.
Yeah, we're not out on the open plain where. And then I guess, it's kind of fucked up to think this way, but if we get attacked in town, at least there are guards and shit that may aid and assist.
It's true.
Whereas if we were caught out in the open plains, we're going to get the donkey shit slapped out of us in the open plains.
Sounds bad. So yeah, let's make haste to Kalnora, which is a 3-day journey from here.
No, 1 day.
1 day.
No, 3 days.
It's 3 days.
Oh, I thought you said.
It's 2 days out of the jungle. Then you've got a 3-day journey to.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
thought you said
And then 2
it was
days.
3 days from the town we were just in to Kalnora.
No, it's 3 days
Like,
from the jungle.
2 of that
No,
was
it's
the
3
jungle.
days from the jungle
Okay.
to Kalnora, then 3 days from Kalnora to Precipice Fort, or 5 days if you go straight from the jungle to Precipice Fort.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. I thought 2 of those 3 days was the jungle.
No, you can. It's 2 days from Cantrove, from the city that you're
Yeah.
in, to the edge of the jungle.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about, and then 1 more to.
No. Yeah, no. From the jungle to Kalnora is 3 days. Which is why you can either go from the jungle to Kalnora, then Kalnora to Precipice Fort in 6 days, or cut a day out by going straight there.
I feel like saving a day doesn't really erase the risk.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
If we take Kay's advice.
Plus, from what I hear, there's a tiny scheming asshole that we need to search for.
No, I'm not interested in doing any searching in between this trip. We need to push as quickly as possible. And stop in for some
Maybe
dinner
we'll
and a
stumble
rest, but-
upon.
Yeah, stop in for some dinner and a rest. If he's at the end, we'll see him. But we don't have time to look right now. Yeah, it's time to step off.
Let's get going.
And with that, you all begin to cross the empty and open plains
I hate both of those fucking words.
of Kalnora, feeling more exposed and maybe more vulnerable than you have so far, knowing that behind you lies war, ahead of you may lie devils. But either way, you have a task ahead of you that you have to complete, or it's goodbye for everyone, not just for you. We'll pick up with your journey to Kalnora next time.